Today's tutorial, I'm going to be teaching you how to make a circle in the squares motif for the circle in the squares blanket coming up next. Back to the Crochet Crowd as well as yarnspirations.com. I'm your host Mikey. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make the circles in the square afghan using motif number 1 that's in the circles in the square pattern. Now this is not difficult by any stretch, but the center is not really predictable. So it's not like a typical round circle that you're finding in the center. It's keeping a really interesting count, and because it's unpredictable, because we're going to be throwing in some single crochet, some double crochet, and etc., you have to keep an eye on your stitch counts for these, because eventually we're going to come back and make this into a full square just like so. I wouldn't say that this is overly difficult. I think it's overly fabulous. So you can make all your afghan squares kind of like this, and you can change up the colors of your motifs. Now you'll notice that you can see different colors of motifs going on here, and again you just want to be consistent, making sure your accent colors are in the right place, and then at the very end if you're doing different kinds of motifs you can see how it's all put together within the diagram right here. So if you're following along with me, you're going to need 7 different colors. We're going to use this the one color back into the single crochet round just like so, and you can have a lot of fun with your scrap yarns in order to be able to pull this together. Now the final 2 rounds I suggest that they be the same color so that you can really see the center really sticking out, so the circle is in the square really nicely, because that's when we stop doing the square. So you just want to pay attention to that, and what we also have to really pay attention to is the slip stitching that we're going to do as far as the end, making it look more consistent. I think I can do a much better job than this. This is my first time around with this, and I think I just want to be a little bit more consistent with how this looks at the end, and that's something that you're going to watch. Now I could have shown you an example of me actually fixing all this up and making it look perfect, but I'm an average crocheter like you. I think it's just a matter of getting used to it and being able to make it work as well. So you'll want to watch out for that as well. So without further ado, grab your first color, a size 5mm or size H crochet hook today, and let's get going on this project. Hey, you want a quick tip? I got one for you. If you're doing an afghan like this where the squares are very identical to each other, the easiest and the fastest way to accomplish this is to work like an assembly line. So you figure out how many squares you're going to need, and then you do all the centers first for every single one of those squares, and so you'll end up with whatever how many squares there is for this project. Then what you're going to do is then for every one of these circles you're going to move up to the next level and do the next level of all of the squares that you have, and then keep going like this. The easiest way to do that is that you'll remember this pattern as you go. So when you go to do layer 2, you may have to look at the instructions maybe for the first time and say, okay, yeah, it's 2 2 2, and then so when you have the rest of them you could just start away and just begin to do it. It's so much easier to remember this pattern and do the squares all within sequence, and then by the end of this particular project you'll be doing the final row or the rounds. So in this case I would do the last 2 rounds together without having to change off my yarn, and it is just an easier way to be able to do this and a lot quicker at the same time. So let's begin our work today. I'm just going to create a slip knot just like so, and we're going to start off, and we're going to start off the center differently than what you may be used to, so just watch. We're going to chain 4. So 1 2 3 4. We are not, and I repeat, we are not going to form a ring at this point. We're going to do something slightly different. So as per round number 1 we're going to put 11 double crochets into the 4th chain from the hook, which is the very starting chain. So let's just double crochet onto the last chain, and we're going to do that 11 times. Now remember what I just said with the instructions, or the instructions say is that chain 3 at the beginning of the round counts as a double crochet throughout. So this chaining that's left, it counts as one of them, so there will be a total of 12. So let's just keep going, and this is the 2nd double crochet. I'm not going to count that chain 1 right away. This is 3, and I'm just going into that first chain. So 4. We got 5 and 6 and 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. So when I go to count, that chaining of 3 right in the beginning is gonna count as one of them. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. That's right. So what I want to do is that when I go to slip stitch, I always tend just to slam it right into here. You want to turn this chain so that it comes up on its side. Okay, so you're coming up just like it would be a normal stitch, and if you do that, it's just going to take you a little bit getting used to, but if you do that, you're going to have a better finish when you go to do it. Just like this. So it keeps it looking consistent all the way around, because if you don't do that, it then looks a little askew when you do that. So what I want you to do is I want you to fasten off right at this point, and we're going to do that. So let's fasten off, and I'm just gonna snip, and I'm going to pull the yarn through the stitch with the hook, and I just want to weave in the ends just in and out of the stitch work here, and this is how I'm gonna do it throughout the whole entire video, so I'm only gonna show this once. Okay, so I'm just weaving it in about 1 inch or to 2 inches. I don't want it falling out. Remember that crochet is kind of like knots within itself, and because I'm going in the wrong direction, it's actually gonna knot onto itself, and so you don't have to worry about it either. So let's begin the next one, which is round number 2, and grab another color. Now I will tell you right now that I did fasten off at this point, and it technically in the directions it said in the last line that you should join F with the slip stitch at the top. That's why I got that particular edge, just like see you can actually see it. Okay, so that's why I got that. So what I want to do is that I want to fasten off each time, and I want to weave in my ends before going around. Now if you do this properly, what's gonna happen is that you can start at any particular point and then begin the next round, and you will probably avoid this. So this is not as per the instructions. This is what I got. Maybe, you know, I am skilled, but you know, some things just happen in life. I don't know, maybe watching too much TV when I'm doing it, but I would suggest that you fasten off and have a cleaner finish, but that's just my own opinion. So let's join our next yarn. So we're just going to insert into any one of the stitches, and we're going to not make any knots with this, and we're just gonna pull it through like so. And what I want to do is then begin. So let's begin. I'm going to drop the straggler down so that there's no knots at all. That's just a loop, and I want to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Now in the rules of this pattern, this counts as a double crochet. So according to the instructions, it says to chain 3, which I did, and double crochet into the same space. So I'm gonna double crochet this time into the same one, and this time this straggler I want to leave it on top so it gets trapped underneath. Like so, and we're gonna double crochet that, and we want to continue to go, and it says 2 double crochet into each double crochet around. So I'm just gonna keep leaving that straggler down on top of that line. It'll get well hidden, and put 2 double crochets into each one of the stitches going all the way around. So this is very much how it is when it comes to a regular circle at this point, but it will change. Trust me on that. So what I want to continue to do is just 2 double crochets. I want to watch for my posts at this point. I don't want to throw in any extra stitches where it doesn't belong. So if there's 12 stitches going all the way around, and I'm putting 2 into each, how many is there going to be? You got it. There's going to be 24. So let's just continue to do that, and then I'll meet you back in just a moment. I'm coming up all the way around, and what I really want to point out to you is that I really want you to look for where the posts are compared to where you're sticking your hook. So if you're ever in doubt that you're thinking, oh, I'm putting an extra stitch when I shouldn't be, look for the posts here, and then look where the stitches are. So right here you see that it's up here, and you just want to make sure that you're getting it into the right one of each one of these as you're going all the way around. Okay, so use those posts to your advantage to help guide your way throughout this project, and this is great advice even for doing any hats or any other projects you may be working on. Keep an eye on your posts, just like so. Okay, so right now you can kind of see that it went a little bit weird here. So what I would do here is that I would pull it out again and try again into a different spot right above that stitch, and it will pull it together better. Okay, so sometimes you have to improvise as you're going all the way along, and so then still looks a little weird to me, so I'm gonna try again. So normally I would take this out of a video because I don't want people to see that I'm kind of screwing up, but this is the whole point of the crochet education here on YouTube, is that it is about trying to figure out if something is going wrong, do I frog it or do I improvise? And so what I want to do is that I want to continue to try different spaces, because that one stitch is just looking a little off and it's right where I slip stitched. Because if I'm gonna invest all this time and money into an afghan, I want it to sit right. So that looks better to me than what it did. So now I'm gonna continue to go along for 2 double crochets into each. And it will settle around anyway. When it comes all the way around, it looks much better in my opinion. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna do a final count before I fasten off. Okay, so there's 12 stitches in this row here, so there should be 12 groups of 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So when I go to slip stitch it to the top, is that I want to make sure that it's gonna be into the right one. So it's into the 3rd chain, and I want to make sure that I'm getting it. Normally I would just ram it in, but I always ram it in and it always looks twisted. So when I go to do it, I just want to make sure it just looks a little bit better than I would normally do it, because I really want it to show. I really want it to appear really nicely here. So I'm just gonna grab one string at a time. I'm seeming to have a problem getting it through one or through both at the same time. And I'm on camera too, so that's a bit of pressure. There we go, got it. And then pull through like that. And then I'm gonna fasten off. And so you can see I had to improvise here, but look, it looks fine. So it's just a matter of figuring that out if that's happening to you. Let's start round number 3. Again, no knots at all, just a loop, and we're gonna stick it in any one of the stitches going all the way around. So just choose one, doesn't matter, and you're going to pull up a loop and let the straggler fall in front so you can bury it just like I showed you in the last round, and we're going to chain 3, and that counts as, that's right, a double crochet. So for this particular round, the next double crochet is going to be in the same space as that one. Okay, and make sure you get that straggler down on top, and then the next one is going to be 1 double crochet by itself. So the repeat pattern for this entire round is that you have 2 into 1 and then 1 into 1. Okay, so this next one, there's gonna be 2 double crochets into that one. See how I'm trapping that straggler too, and then the next one is gonna be 1 double crochet by itself. Do that same configuration all the way around, and again, if just watch these posts and make sure everything is going to line up properly. When you're coming up all the way back around, you should know that you should be staying in balance, meaning that you started off with 2 here, then we went to 1 and then 2 and then 1. So this means that the last one, if you're doing it right, should be 1 single crochet standing by itself and before you fasten off. Okay, so that keeps it in balance. So you got 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So when you're coming around the end, you should have 2, 1, and 2, just like that. So again, please fasten off, and we're going to begin another color. And hopefully you're enjoying this process so far. Let's move along to round number 4. Round number 4 is really odd. So this is when the game plan changes, and this is when you start questioning yourself and start questioning your career as a crochet host. But today I want you to grab your next yarn, just do a loop as normal. Now this one really threw me for a loop, and I thought maybe the designer was too high on yarn fumes, but it actually works. So here's what we're going to do today. So we're just gonna stick our hook into any one of these stitches. I might even get in trouble for leaving that in the video, but I'm going to. So we're gonna pull that through just like so, and we're going to start up and begin. So round number 4 is identical to round number 3. I've never seen that happen ever in a crochet round before. And what's happened is that I did this back like a couple months ago, the sample, and so I was just looking at it, I'm like, is that right? So what you have here is that in the brown here you can see that we did 2 and then 1 and then 2. You can see the next one is 2 and then 1 and then 2. And the reason why it works is that this one underneath is actually bigger, so you can actually make it work. So if you're questioning life right now, just bear with it and just hook and don't ask questions. I don't even know why that's funny. I'm sitting here by myself. So here we go, and I'm going to start off by chaining 3, and that counts as a double crochet. And then we're gonna put 1 double crochet into the same one. Okay, so this one is identical to round number 3, and then the next one is going to be 1 double crochet by itself, and then the next one is going to be 2 double crochets. Look how I'm trapping that straggler. I'm telling you, I'm a trained professional over here. I think this whole round is just me having the giggles. So we have our 2 and then we got our 1. I don't even know why this is funny. So here we go. So just continue to do that same pattern all the way around. Let me compose myself when I come back. We're gonna get everything or continue this all along as we go, and just stay tuned at this time. So remember to go for 1 double crochet and then 2, 1 and then 2, and we'll see you in just a few moments. So I'm coming up all the way back around, and it should stay in balance. So remember, you got 2 and then 1 and then 2 and then 1. So you have 2 here, 1, and the next one is going to be a 2. So it'll be 2 double crochets into that same one, and then it's gonna finish off with 1, which is right. Oh no, I'm getting the giggles again. So here we go. I'm going to fasten off at this point, and I'm just gonna just do it like I had been before, and when we come back I'm gonna start you off on the next round number 5. So let's begin to do round number 5. Do you see any slip stitching at all, just like the original? Like so. You can see that it was really obvious in the first one here, and what I would strongly recommend is you gotta find your own way that makes it work for you. You can see here this is a lot better example by fastening off and on instead of doing the slip stitching that they suggest when changing the colors. I'm not saying they're wrong, it's just for me I can do a better job of hiding my stopping and starting this method versus the other one. So you need to find your own voice when it comes to crochet. So let's just join it. So just loop again, no knots. Loop again into any one of the outside stitches, it doesn't matter at this point, and bring that straggler down in front. And so round number 5 we're gonna start off with chaining of 3. 1, 2 and 3. That counts as a double crochet. So round number 5, the next one, so we're not gonna come into the same one like we have been. We're going to go immediately into the next one and do a double crochet. And then we go into the third one over, so we just continue to the next one and put in 2 double crochets into that one. So this entire round is going to be made up of 2 double crochets sitting by themselves and then 2 together into the same one. So let's just do this. So the next one's by itself and same with the next one. So there's my 2, and so that means that the next one I do has to be 2 double crochets into the same one. So please continue to do that all the way around, and I'll meet you back in just a moment. So I'm coming all the way back around, and I've just put in my 2 here, and I'm looking over here and I have 2 here, so I have 2 standing by themselves. The reason why I'm telling you this is that this still remains in balance. So the next 2 are going to be 1 double crochet each, and then the next one, just to keep in line, is gonna be 2 double crochets into the same one, which completely makes sense because the next 2 are standing by themselves. So you can see that if you don't finish like this, you can tell something has been wrong, or you missed a stitch, or you added a stitch or something, because it should stay in balance in order to keep it around. It is so critical on this particular project that you stay within the balance of the stitch work. So if you are not equaling to what I'm showing you on camera, it means something is wrong. You need to go back and fix it, because it could mean that you're off by a stitch, what makes a huge difference at the end. And I'm talking while I'm getting it into that join here, and I'm just doing it differently than I normally do so that you can really kinda not see it at the same time. So fasten off, and let's start on with round number 6. Let's begin round number 6. Round number 6 is a game changer. If you look at the actual original example, round number 6 now is right here. So we have a layer of single crochet, and this is when we have to really start counting our stitch work in order to make it work. But in actual fact, it's not a hard thing to do. So let's begin. We're just gonna knot again, no knots, and go into any one of the stitches that are all that's around in the last round. So just any one of them, and pull it up through, leave the straggler in front. And what we're going to do is that we're just going to chain 1 and then just a single crochet into the first one. So this is one of the stitches that we need to count for. So as per the instructions, it says to 1 single crochet in each of the 8 double crochets, and then 2 into the next, and then 1 single crochet into each of the 8, and we're going all the way around. So what we want to do at this particular point is that we want to keep it in balance. So this is 1 of 8. So let's just do the next one. So this is 2. The next one is for 3. The next one 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So we have our 8 in, so the next one is gonna be 2 single crochets into that same one. So let's continue to maintain that pattern all the way around. So it's just gonna be single crochet is 8, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And the next one is going to be 2 by itself, or 2 into the same one. So we want to continue that all the way around. When we come back, we should actually finish off. The last one should be 8 according to the instructions, and it should work out as well. So let's continue, and I'll meet you back there in just a moment. So I'm coming up all the way back around. I've just got my 2 double crochets here as the repeat pattern came in round. So I'm gonna start off again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So then the next one is gonna be 2 into the same one, which is what the pattern is asking you to do. So that's nothing new for me, but it actually does work out. And so then you're just going to join it to the beginning just like so, and then fasten off once again. So we're gonna come up with the next one, the next round of colors. So the next round of color is the final round that you want to choose. So you want to choose that one wisely because it's going to be sitting up once we start getting into the square. So make sure it's a color that counts it and is really quite outstanding at the same time. So please fasten off, and I'll see you back in just a moment. So let's begin round number 7 together. Again, no knots, and we're going to be doing double crochet this time. So again, into any one of the stitches that are around to start, and we're going to join it like you have been. Okay, bring that straggler down in front, and I'm just looking at the instructions. It says to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and it says to 1 double crochet into each of the next 4 single crochets. So we have to start off. So we're gonna do 1 and 2, 3, and 4. So I want to explain something before we get any further. So you're thinking to yourself, this is kind of weird. So what's gonna happen here is that you actually see 5 here because the chain of 3 counts as 1. That you gotta keep that in mind, because when you start coming all the way back around, you're gonna see how that makes sense. So as we continue along, it says 2 double crochets into the next single crochet. So let's put in 2 into the next. So I'm just taking it bite size here. Okay, and then what's it say next? It says 1 double crochet into each 9 single crochets, and then repeat from the start, which is 2 double crochets into the next. So the repeat pattern for the remainder of this is that you're gonna put in 9 double crochets and then 2 into the next. So 9 and then 2, 9 and 2. And so what's gonna happen is you come all the way around, your extra one of the 2 will be over here somewhere, and you're just gonna fill in these spots so that there will actually be 9 here. So there should actually be 4 double crochets. So it'll be right about there. So if that makes any sense to you. I want to kind of explain that to you just in case that you ever kind of thinking I might be out to lunch. Could be out to lunch, but not today. And continue. So 9 double crochets into the next, and then the next one then will be 2 into the next. Okay, continue that. So I've got 3 so far. So I'm coming up all the way back around, and I'm just putting the next one to be 2 double crochets into the next one as per the instructions, because I have been doing 9, and then the next one is 2. And then what's gonna happen is that I'm gonna continue the count. So 1 and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So the next one, I'm not even close to the end yet, look. So the next one is gonna be 2 into the next one to keep it within the balance. And then we just start again, and there should be 4 left according to my math. So, and we do have 4 left. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's it. So we're gonna join this together, and we need to really pay attention to doing a good job on that slip stitch join as we do it, because the next layer, round number 8, is going to start playing within the back loops of this round. So we don't want to screw it up right at the slip stitch and make it unavailable. So I'm gonna take my time and just do it the way I have been all along, and so then I can clearly see my stitches as I go. So I'll meet you back in just a moment. We're gonna start on round number 8. Let's begin round number 8, and round number 8 we're going to be starting off and we're going to be doing it so that we are actually in the middle of a side. So round number 8 is when we start transforming this circle into a square. So when you see the slip stitching here, when we go to join, it's actually going to be starting partial, and then it's going to get bigger and bigger as it starts, as the bend comes around. We want it to keep it as flat as possible, and then we end up with the corner, and then once you get beyond that, then it becomes relatively easy as we just go around. And I was amazed in the sample I was actually able to get the right stitch count the very first time. So I should never doubt myself, but I do. So here we go. We're going to start off, and remember, we're not going to start off with any knots today. And this time we are going to work in the back loops only, because you can kind of see how this is raising up. Do you see how you have a beautiful line right there? That's because you're working in the back loops. So let's begin. Again, no knots. And when we go to join, we don't want to join into both of the loops or one stitch. We want to make sure we just go into the back one only, so it's the one furthest away from you. And join the yarn in. Okay, bring that straggler down in front, and let's begin reading the instructions carefully. Okay, the yarn is now joined, and we're just gonna start off by chaining 1 and then 1 single crochet into the same one. So the same stitch that you just joined. Okay, and let's pull everything a little bit tighter. And what I'm going to do then is read the instructions how we have. So working in the back loops only of each the next double crochet. So we want to 1 single crochet into the next 4 double crochets. So don't count this one as one of the 4. So the next 4 are going to be 1 double crochet into each of the back loops. So as 1, 2, 3, and 4. Just like that. So now what we're going to do, read the instructions again, and it says 1/2 double crochet into each of the next 3 double crochets. So the next 3 are going to be half double crochets each. So 1, 2, and 3. Okay, very good. And it says 1 double crochet into each of the next 2 double crochets. So let's just double crochet into the next one and into the next one after that. I'm letting that straggler go in behind now. It's trapped enough. And then it says 5 double crochets into the next double crochet. So the next one is going to be the exact corner itself, and there's going to be 5 double crochets into that same stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that is your actual corner that you're gonna have. So you can see it's coming along the top of the circle. It's at the halfway point. It's getting bigger and bigger, and now you're turning. So let's turn our work a little bit. And what we're going to do is this exact same configuration, but getting in the opposite direction. So we're gonna start off with our doubles, halves, and then singles. So it says 1 double crochet into each of the next 2, which is how we started before we got to there. So we got 1 and 2. So according to my memory, the next, there's gonna be 3 half doubles in the next. Yeah. So yep, so 1/2 double crochet and 1 into each of the next 3. Okay, so there's gonna be half double there. This is 2 and 3. And what's it say? So how many single crochets are there gonna be? Now we started off in the center here, so we did so many single crochets here, but what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go right across the entire section right here. So we just have to look how many there's gonna be, and it says 1 single crochet into each of the next 11. So let's just do the next 11. So 1, 2, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8, 9, 10, and 11. So we've just gone over top of the center point of the circle, just like you see here. You can see that the square is starting to take shape, and so now we're gonna start going back into the corner. So how we do it again, the next 3 double crochets will be half doubles each. So 1, These are half double crochets for 2 and 3, and the next 2 are going to be 1 double crochet each, and I'm going based on memory. This is how easy this is once you get started. And then the next one is the actual corner itself, and there's gonna be 5 or double crochets into that one. So this is 2, 3, 4 and 5. So let me start you on one more side just so that you're clear. So the next 2 here are going to be 1 double crochet each. Okay, so the next 3 are going to be half doubles each. Okay, and now we're gonna start off with our single crochet. So the next 11 will be singles. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11, and then we're gonna head back into the corner. So the next 3 are going to be half doubles each. So 1, 2 and 3, and then the next 2 are double crochets, and we're back into the corner again. And what is it in there? That's right, there's 5 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So what I want you to do is continue to go around. Okay, so I've gone almost halfway, over halfway around for you. So continue to go all the way around, and I'll meet you back to where we join, and then we have one more round to go, and then this is this motif done for this particular afghan. So I'm coming up all the way back around. I'm just finalizing my final corner, and I just got a little piece left. So let's see on camera if I'm right. So we got the next 2 are gonna be doubles each, and the next 3 are going to be half doubles. Now just for the record, I haven't actually counted my stitch work off camera. I should have. I'm just hoping to God it's gonna work out. So here we go. And so according to my ideas here is that, remember that we are just going to single crochet the remainder. So we have 1, 2, 3 and then 4, 5 and 6, and I just peeked over to the pattern. It said that I should have 6 in the last one. That's what I'm talking about. So I got my 6, and I'm just going to join it to the very beginning single crochet like so. I'm not gonna fasten off my yarn. I'm gonna use this yarn one more time, and so you can see that the square is starting to take shape, but it's the next round that actually does make it to be a final square. And so let's just finish off this tutorial and get this last row done, and I'm really excited about this so far. So the final round, number 9, we're not just gonna do the same stitch going all the way around. We're still taking into account that there's a bit of growth going on as it makes a bend around here. So we're gonna start off with half double crochets, and then we're gonna get bigger to double crochets, and eventually turn the corner and then continue to go. So you can kind of see that it's the stitches are smaller here in the middle, they get bigger, and that's just so that it can keep it to looking like a square. So let's begin now, and it says to chain 2, which counts as a half double crochet, which we all know to be true. So we're going to half double crochet, so we're gonna chain 2, and then we're going to half double crochet into each of the next 5 double crochets. So let's count that out. So 1 and 2, 3, 4 and 5. Very good. So what we have here is reading the instructions. Says 1 double crochet into each of the next 6. So let's do 6 in a row. So 1, 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6. And I'm looking down, and now I can already tell I'm right. The reason for it is, see how I got 5 here? You can see how the first 2 are in there, and so the next one is the very corner itself. So when I go to look back at the instructions, I should read that I'm in the corner. So I'm looking back, and it says 1 double crochet into each, half double crochet, then 5 double crochets into the next one, which is the very next stitch. So I'm right. So we got 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So now that we got our corner end, or just reading the instructions again, 1 double crochet into each of the next 6. Okay, so let's begin to do that. So we're just gonna do, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and now we're gonna start getting more narrower, okay, as we're getting closer to the top here, to the top of the middle of the circle. And so it says to do what here? It says 1 half double crochet into each of the next 13. So the next 13 stitches should be all halves. So 1, 2, 3, that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. So if we're following the pattern, the next 6, and I'm just remember that the next 6 should be doubles each. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this is 5, and 6. And so now I'm comparing, so I can see my 5 in a row. I can see the first 2 has stitches, and here's where my corner is. So that means that I'm perfectly in line for this side. So this one is going to be 5 double crochets each. Continue that same pattern around. So remember, it's 6 double crochets in a row, followed by, what was it, 13 half doubles, then 6, and then you're back into the corner again. And when we come back, we'll fasten off and call this project done for today. When we're coming up all the way back around, I have done my final corner, and I'm just joining it back up, and I'm just making sure I'm keeping a count. So I have my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and according to the instructions it said that I should be 1 half double crochet into each of the last 7. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is not camera tricks, people. This is the real deal, I'm telling you. So we have the final 2 here, which gives me a total count of 7, and then I just join it to the top of, or to the beginning top of the chain 2 to finish off, and that's it. That is this whole motif done. I'm gonna fasten off. Now you can do choices when you are deciding to finish this off. You can whip stitch these together with your neighbor. You could also do many different kinds of ideas. I do have a video on different kinds of joins that you would want to do, and again, the choice is up to you on what you want to do for you. Some people don't like joining squares at all. I can't help you if that's one of you. So but this is a great particular project. I think in the right colors, right color scheme, even for Christmas or even for just some kind of decor that you have, you can see that we've gone all the way from a circle to a square, and it looks amazing at that. Until next time, I'm Mikey on behalf of Yarn Inspirations as well as the crochetcrowd.com. Stay tuned for more ideas and free patterns coming up real soon. Until then, see ya.